Hi guys, welcome to Pearls of Color. Thank you for joining me again. I'm so glad those of you who watched the first episode enjoyed it. I'm going to apologize right now in case the lighting is bad. I'm outside, but it's very overcast because I think it's going to rain, and I think it's going to rain soon. So hopefully I don't get caught outside in the rain. I'm at my house right now, but they're having some issues with the back door, and I can't get in through it. And I don't have my front door key on me today. Everybody's out at work now, so I came over here because I thought it'd be great for recording because no one was home. I didn't know about the door though. So thank you everyone for joining me. I'm Sarah. You can find me on Raverly as Sarloz. It's S-A-R-L-O-Z. I will put a link in the show notes so that you can find me. I know it's not an easy one to remember. Excuse me, got a little scratch in my throat. I'm still recovering from whatever I had last time I podcast. One thing I want to go over today is the name of my new blog. A lot of you guys who have been following my blog have known it as Knitter's Delight, which has been a username that I have used for quite some time now. I've used it for different things such as emails and just different usernames for quite some time. Probably about the same time I started knitting, maybe a little bit before then. I can't remember. It was something I saw somewhere and I really liked, so I had picked it up and I've been using it for a really long time. But lately I've been getting a little, I wouldn't say tired of it, I'm just ready for a change. And when I went to go upload the podcast video, last week's episode, I realized there is someone on YouTube already with that name, so I wanted to start fresh. This whole year for me has been a fresh start type of year, and it's all about focusing on me, what makes me happy, and really just enjoying life as it comes and trying to live more of a carefree life and kind of get rid of all those little stresses. So, I thought it was a perfect time for a change. So I went from Knitter's Delight to Pearls of Color, and it's perfect, especially since I've decided I want to continue with the podcast, and so it just makes more sense to change everything now. So I hope you like it. And I picked Pearls of Color, kind of playing off the idea of the phrase burst of color or burst of life. I really, like I said, this year has been all about finding out what makes me happy. And I've come to realize the things that I really enjoy are those little moments throughout the day that are they could be unexpected moments, just very simple things that remind you of something. Anything that just all of a sudden brings that little smile to your face that you really need, or just that kind of like burst of happiness that you get throughout life. I really enjoy those little moments, and I really find that things like colors, certain colors make me really happy, and I really love when I'm knitting with something and it's like this bright color all of a sudden, and I just like seeing all those bits of colors throughout my day too. So that's one reason why I picked Pearls of Color. So I hope you enjoy it as well. I really liked the ring of it. I threw some ideas off one of my friends and she liked this one as well, and when I googled it I didn't see anything with close to this, so Pearls of Color it is. So I hope you enjoy it. Since I last saw you, I think it's only been about a week. I don't think it's been that long. But I've been really eager to get an official episode up. So this would be episode 1. And since I last recorded, I went and got my nails done, which for people who know me know that's kind of a big deal. I am a nail biter and a nail picker, so I don't really maintain my nails at all. There's been really no motivation for me to in the past. Why have nice painted nails if I'm not going to keep them long or anything like that? But it is a habit I've been trying to break. So a friend of mine has been doing shellac manicures, so we make it a girls' day and we've been getting our nails done. I'm one of those people who I don't like to put a lot of fuss into how I look. I'll blow dry my hair when I get out of the shower, and then I kind of just let it do whatever it wants. I like simple cuts that I don't need a lot of styling with. I don't want to spend an hour in the morning getting ready for work. I want to be in and out of the door. I don't want to have to crimp and pamper all day. So getting my nails done is kind of a big thing. And the last time I recorded, I had some nice yellow polish, and that was the first manicure I got. And this is the second one, and I got this like citron green. It matches like the green of the cardigan that I'm going to do. And I'm sorry that wasn't, my hand looks monstrous when I put it up to the camera like this. But that's my manicure, and I really like this color. It's getting to the end of the summer, so I wanted a nice bright color to end the summer with. And my manicure lasted for about a day. And I had a sour moment, is what my boyfriend would call it, and it was quite disastrous. I was trying to super glue one of my stitch markers. I was trying to fix the bead on it, and the super glue I was using was running really low, so I gave it an extra shake and a little squeeze too much. And I squirted super glue all down like the back of my hand, and my fingers got glued together like this. So I was holding the bead right here, well, not the bead, but the stitch marker, and my hand was like this, and the glue squirted like all the way down, and it seeped into all the cracks in my hand, and all my fingers were glued shut. It was a mess. So those of you who don't know, do not use nail polish remover when you get super glue on you, and like rubbing alcohol, it doesn't work. A friend of mine tried that once, and she ended up with chemical burns. Vaseline works really well though, and all you do is you just put Vaseline on the area that the super glue is on, and it breaks up those bonds, and then it's easy to like chip off and rub off. So I like slathered my hand up in the Vaseline, and that worked really well. And I just had a little bit left, like on my knuckle somewhere, and then on my fingernails. And when I was able to pull my hands apart, I had these huge ridges along each finger. They were pretty tall, of super glue, solid super glue. So in the process of getting rid of the super glue, I ended up, because there was quite a bit on my nails of my ring finger and my pinky, because they were glued right on top of each other. Then my whole nail polish just peeled right off with those. So I'll post a picture too, because it is kind of humorous. It wasn't at the time, but it is now when I look at it. So I had to get my pinky, my ring finger, and my index finger completely redone, and I went in. So I got my nails done on a Friday. This happened Saturday night. Sunday I had a birthday party to go to. So Monday I went in first thing in the morning, and Ken, the guy that does my nails, he fixed them all up nice and pretty for me again, and he didn't charge me, which was great. So now my fingernails look great, and I'll get them redone next Friday. So far my nails have been growing like crazy, and they are really long, which is not my usual. Once they start getting long, I usually pick them off or cut them or bite them, and I haven't, and they look really great, and it's so nice to be able to scratch myself with them if I need to itch something, or it's kind of nice having long nails, and they look pretty. So I got my nails done, and then, like I said, Sunday I had a birthday party. My friend Crystal, her daughter Adriana turned 1, and they had the Minnie Mouse themed party for her, and she's the one that I posted a picture of the tutu I made for her. Actually, me and Crystal made the whole outfit. It's I'll post another picture of it, and but you can find one further back in my blog. I think it's the episode. I think it's the post right before my first episode. So if you want to check that out, you can. I'll also post another picture to show you. It came out really cute. So it was her birthday, and that was a fun time. A bit loud, a lot of kids running around, but it was fun. And then Tuesday, we went to the zoo, Crystal, me, and Adriana, which was great. I haven't been to the zoo in forever, not since I was little. It's been at least 20 years, and I really had a good time. Adriana had a blast. Her favorite exhibit was the flamingos. She really enjoyed those, which was a lot of fun. We got some really nice pictures. We got to see the animals. We spent all day there. Crystal's sister has a family pass, so we got in for free. And it was just a really great way to spend the day, and it was perfect weather for the zoo. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And that was Tuesday. Yesterday I went mini golfing with my boyfriend. He took Wednesday till Tuesday off, so he goes back to work next Wednesday, same day I go back to work. So he took some time off so we could spend, some vacation time together. We were going to see about going away for a weekend, but that didn't work out. So we're just going to stay around here and do some day trips. So we went mini golfing. We're going to go kayaking one day. And I want to go into Boston and see St. George's Island for another day. So I got some stuff planned, and it should be fun. Today is, like I said, it's kind of rainy out, but it's the only day during our vacation that's supposed to be rainy. So we stayed in today, and Sunday I might be going up to Newburyport with my sister and cousin. So we'll see if that happens. I'm not too sure what the deal is with that. So it should be a fun time off. I'm looking forward to going back to work and seeing my co-workers, and starting knit night back up with them. And ooh, I am sorry, there was this huge beetle bug just landed on my leg. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm excited to see them all and start knit night again. I really miss them, and it'll be a lot of fun. But I'm also kind of sad to see my summer gone. I didn't get a lot of time off because I did their summer program, which wasn't bad. I needed the money, and it was nice being with the kids a little longer. However, when everyone is on vacation, a summer break, knowing that you're in work is a little frustrated. Not really frustrated, but you want to be out there with them. So it wasn't as pleasant as my typical work week is, but I had fun still. It was good, and I look forward to going back. But I do wish I had a little more time off. I've also this week started walking, and my boyfriend runs 3 miles. He leaves his house and he makes kind of like a big loop around the neighborhood. It goes up into the next city and back around, because we're kind of on the city line over there. So it's just a little more than 3 miles, and he runs that. He either does 1 or 2 laps, depending on how he's feeling. And I decided I was going to start running it with him. But I have not exercised or worked out in a really long time, so I'm really, really out of shape. So I won't be running anytime soon. I tried doing it on Monday and just felt awful. I didn't get very far running. I had to walk. Sorry, another bug. Downside of being outside. So I've been walking the 3 miles. I went Monday, and I tried running, but that didn't really happen, so I walked. And Tuesday, like I said, I spent all day at the zoo walking around, which was fun. Wednesday, I did the walk again, but I was able to run a bit more. I tried doing the couch to 5K, but I'm not really ready for that yet. I still need to get into shape and build up my endurance, because I can't run for a full minute. I can almost run a full minute, but it leaves me out of breath, and it takes me a lot longer than 1.5 minutes to recover from it. So I interspersed. I ran 3 different times on Wednesday, with long periods of walking in between. When I went yesterday, I did 4 instances of running, and I didn't use a timer this time. I didn't use the Couch to 5K app. I just kind of made a visual up ahead on the street and said, okay, when I get to that spot, I'll stop running. And that worked out really well actually for me, because I knew when, I had that visual point on when to stop running. So that went better for me. And my legs are really sore because I haven't gotten a lot of exercise, like I said. So most of the second half of my walk, I walked, and then the end of it, I did run a little longer, and that was actually a really good run. It was longer than 1 minute, and I felt good afterwards. I was a little bit out of breath, but not like usual, and I was able to keep a steady pace, which is really difficult for me. So that last bit I felt really good about. So I'll keep doing that, interchanging between walking and running until I feel like I'm okay to start the Couch to 5K So I'm just trying to be a little more fit and, healthier. So I think that's good that I'm starting to do that. And I'm going to try to do that as long as the weather's nice. And then my boyfriend has a rowing machine and my mom has an elliptical. So I'll try to use those. We'll see how that goes. I always say I'm going to do, like, work out or do something, and I start, and I'm never very well at following through, but I really want to start getting back in shape. So that was a good start for me. So I'll keep that up. I didn't go walking today. My boyfriend goes on Fridays with a friend of his, and they run like 2 or 3 laps and around that 3 miles, and I can't do that. And I actually stayed in it, and I was gonna, I actually did another video recording, but I didn't really like the lighting in it, so I decided to do it again now. But that's what I did while he was out, and I need to give my legs a little rest. They're really sore. But I'll probably go walking tomorrow, and I'll probably go walking on Sunday, especially if I end up going to Newburyport. So that was about my week, and I haven't really done too much knitting. I've just kind of been hanging out and doing a few things with my boyfriend, and just different things here and there. So I will show you what I have done. I did do a little spinning. I don't have that with me. I forgot to bring that with me, but I'll post a picture in the show notes. It's hard for me to spin because, like I said in the last episode, I kind of live between my house and my boyfriend's house. I really don't see a point in buying my own place right now and paying rent when my parents are okay with me staying here, and I spend so much time over my boyfriend's house. So it would just kind of be a waste of money right now for me. So I am living between the two places, but it's not the most convenient when I want to spin. I have a ladybug, which is nice, but I don't want to keep transporting it back and forth, and there's not a lot of room in my boyfriend's house for his room for my spinning wheel. So I bought a little spindle. It was like a $10 spindle off Etsy. It's 6 inches, and I'm not a big fan of it, but it does get the job done. So I've been spinning up some fiber. I think it's a pink BFL. I'm not too sure. It's something I got a really long time ago in the Fat Fiber sample box. And I'm not too sure what it is, but I think it's BFL. It feels like BFL. And it's spinning up fairly nice. I don't like using the spindle. It's wobbly. I don't think it's balanced, and it doesn't spin for very long at all. So, like, in the minute I start trying to draft out the fiber, it stops spinning. So I did go online and I ordered a trindle. I asked a few people for suggestions, and that's what I got. And I have heard great things about the Trindle Man on Etsy and his trindles. So I got one of their summer surprise boxes, which comes with one of their regular shafts. You can get either their carbon or their wood. So I got a wooden shaft, and it comes with 2 sets of their weights. So I can't wait to get that and give that a try. And I did get their regular shaft. They have a micro one that is 6 inches, but I'll try the regular one and see how I like that before I go with the micro. When I'm over my boyfriend's house, if I'm going to be spinning, I'm sitting cross-legged on the bed, so I do need a shorter staff. I have a 12-inch one, a spindle right now, that I'm not a big fan of. It's too long for me. So we'll see how the 10, I think it's 10.5 inches. So we'll see how that goes. And if I feel like I need something shorter, I'll get the micro. And I can't wait to show that to you. It'll probably be here by the next time I podcast. So I'll have some enabling. And I'll post a picture of what I have spun. It hasn't been a lot, but I have been spinning a bit during watching TV, which has been, it's actually been pretty nice. I have enjoyed it. And then things I've been working on. So I showed you last week the flyleaf shawl, the my Lily's cardigan. I forget what the first part of it's called. And I showed you my level up socks. And I did a little knitting on my cardigan. I did like 3 or 4 rows. and then I did a little knitted on the Level Up socks, but I haven't done enough that it's really noticeable, so I didn't really bring any of that to show you. I did bring my Level Up socks. I added like 2 more of the cables, so I added like this much, which is nice, but it's not as much as I would have liked. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little confused. I have this, actually have my iPad upside down, so I keep thinking the camera's on the wrong side. So, there it is. So I added like this much. So that's not too bad. It's a slow project for me, as you guys know. So I did a little knitted here and there on those projects. I finished my weekend bag, and let me show that to you. Right now, it's got everything I want to show you on top of it, so hold on. Alright, so I want to show, I actually had laundry in this that I took out, and I shoved it into little tote bags so I could show you this. I really like the bag. I think it came out great. It was a great stash buster. I used up 6 skeins of Swiss DK from Knit Picks, which has been in my stash for way too long, and I was getting really frustrated looking at it. I couldn't look at it anymore. So most of it's out of my stash. I have a little yellow left, which I'm going to be using for my elephant I started. I'm going to knit her dress out of it. I haven't worked on that at all recently. So here's my weekend bag. It's a bit long, so you don't really get like a full picture of it. Maybe if I hold it sideways. Yeah. Really like it. For the handle, it doesn't really call for you to make a handle. It just says add a handle. I've seen a lot of people use like a belt or or like a leather type handle that you would pick up for purse making. But I just decided to knit one. And what I did was I picked up stitches along one side, and I did a 1x1 ribbon for the handle. And when I got to this side, I just I did kind of a variation on a 3-needle bind off without the needle in there because I was already cast off. But it looks great. It holds my laundry, and the bag does stretch, which is good. So, so far I like it, and it gets the job done. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm glad I went ahead and made it, because it was really a great stash buster. And I got a lot of yardage out of that. So when I finished that, I wanted to do a very simple project one night. I was tired, and I didn't want to have to focus on lace or cables. And I had gotten to the point in my sweater where the lace panel, I was set up for the lace panel. So there was a little lacy part of the sweater that I didn't want to have to think about. So I cast on a little gnome. Gnome is where the heart is, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. Gnome is where the heart is, by Susan Claudino. Love her designs, and this is by far one of my favorite patterns. When she first came out with it, Amanda from Gnome Makers did a gnome along, and I made a couple. Made a couple of them. It was a make along, not a gnome along. It was a make along, so you can make anything gnome related. So I knit these guys up. So this is an old FO, but I'm showing them to you because it kind of leads into the gnome that I made this time. So these are my guys that I made a long time, about a year ago, and I made them as a hanger for my car to hang on the mirror. And I love them in my car. But after a year of being in the sun, you can probably tell they're a bit faded looking. The coloring is very faded. It's made with Gnome Acres Hulk Smash and her Butter Cow with her red here. And she still has the kits up, the mini skein kits up on her website. If you still want to make these guys, you can still order individual mini skeins for it. So, hold on one second. I have Hulk Smash. I want to show you how much it's faded. I brought a bunch of yarn that I want to show you for some enabling. so it's all in here. So this is normally what Hulk Smash looks like. It's really kind of darker shades, kind of bright, and as you can tell, it's very faded. I still love them though, and but I wanted to give them a break. So when I first made them, originally I wanted to make a set of gnomes for each of the seasons. So I decided to go ahead and continue with that. So these are my spring gnomes. That's Jenny. This is Javi. And at the same time when I made these, I made a little girl inspired by Wicked, the musical. Oh, by the way, I went to see Grease the musical Wednesday night with my sister. It was kind of a celebration because she just passed her CPA test and is going to get her license. So to celebrate and have a little fun after all that studying, we went to go see Grease, Broadway musical, and it was playing in a little theater a couple towns over, and it was fabulous. If you get a chance to go see it because it was really good. So anyways, this one I was inspired by Wicked, and I called her my little alphabet, or my witchy poo. And then I made this guy this week, and I don't have a name for him yet. He's just kind of nameless right now, but he's made with Gnome Acres, Witch's Brew, and one of Gnome Acres green mini skeins. I think it came with her Easter set, and of course Butter Cow. And Alphabet is made with the same colorways. The green is a different yarn though. I thought I had some left over, but I couldn't find it. And I forget who it's from, but I really loved this green, but I didn't have any more, so I went with some Gnome Acres green. And every time I make these little gnomes, I just love how their faces come out, and I always add like a little nose, because I think they add a lot of character. I think without the nose, they look a little too flat, so I add a little nose afterwards, after I've knit it all up. And it's kind of just like a whip stitch across a few stitches, and I just keep going over and over until it bulges out to a length that I like. So I think the noses add a lot of character. When I finished this guy, he came out a little bigger than normal. Like he's definitely a good size bigger than my other gnomes. And I put his eyes a little too close together, so I felt like he needed a little something extra, so I gave him some hair. And I think he came out really cute. I need a name for him now. And they'll hang up in my cart for the fall season and Halloween. And then I'm going to make a Mr. and Mrs. Claus, which I've already done an adaptation for. It's in my project page. So I'm just going to make a pair of them for my cart for the winter time. And then for the summertime, I'm not too sure what I'll do. I'll probably just pick some colors that remind me of summer. But I really like having the gnomes hang in my cart. They make me smile. So when I'm at a stop sign or stuck in traffic, it's one of those little things in life that I just look up and I smile. Just like the color of my nail polish. When I look down, I always smile at it. Which goes back to, like, you know, the name of the blog. So those are my gnomes. And then I started working on a baby blanket. It's for my sister's friend, Brittany. Brittany has known my sister since they were in kindergarten. And we are very close friends with the family. They live across the street from us, and Brittany's dad is my mechanic as well. So they're really close to us, and Brittany found out that she's going to be having a baby in December. And my sister asked me to knit her a blanket. So I'm going to knit the same design that I did for my last baby blanket. I'm going to knit another Nana's blanket. Which is, the pattern is called Sky Throw. It's from an old magazine that's older than I am, and it was falling apart, and I got it from my grandmother. It's the only pattern she ever knit, really, and she passed it down to me when she found out I was knitting, and I'm just glad to knit some Nana blankets. They're kind of like the staple of my childhood. Whenever you were sick, you cuddled up in a Nana blanket, and they usually became favorite blankets. Everybody loves them. They make great little gifts, and sorry, more flies. So I'm glad to be making another one for someone special, and I hope she likes it. I bought the yarn before she found out what she was having, but I think they're perfect. I bought like a lime citrus green, Surprise, surprise, that seems to be the theme right now for the summer for me. I'm loving greens, and I'm mostly drawn towards those citrusy greens. Just like my cardigan I showed last episode and my nail polish. So I did 2 squares. I finished one up this morning. I did 1.5 last night. I hope the color comes out well. It's hard for me to see outside on my screen. So here's the square. I really love this square. So the blanket has 2 squares, a square A, which is this one, and square B, which I don't have a square to show you, but I do have a column. My last blanket I made, I was going to alternate between the two, but I couldn't get my gauge to match, and I was nervous about seaming something together that didn't have the same amount of rows. So I had already knit a strip, and I didn't want to frog it and lose all that work. So this will be part of a baby blanket someday in the future, and I'll do it all this pattern. So this is pattern, this is the block B, and it's a nice open lace. But for this blanket, I'm just going to go with square A. And instead of doing columns like on my last blanket, I'm going to keep it as squares. So I got this green, and then I'm doing a yellow. I just finished the yellow, so it's not as flat looking as the green. They're about 7 by 7 inches once I get the crocheted border around the square. I hope the color shows well. So it's these 2 colors. I really like them together. It's like lemon and lime. And I think it's great for a baby boy. And I chose to do squares because I feel like squares are a little more boyish than the rows for some reason. So after each square, you do a single crochet border, and then you crochet all the squares together. And then around the whole border, you do a half double crochet. I think that's what you call it. It's up from this. It's the stitch up from a single crochet, but not a double crochet, half crochet or something like that. And then you do like a scalloped edge. So the scalloped edge is going to be in the green. The border all the way around is going to be yellow, and so is the crocheting them together. I'm going to crochet them together in yellow. So I got the first 2 done. Like I said, she's not due until December, so I have a bit of time to make it. And I just don't want to leave it all to the end. My last blanket took me about 2 months, so I'm giving myself some nice time to do it in. And I want to do 5 by 5 squares. So it'll be, with the scalloped edge, it should be just a 3 feet by 3 feet, which I think is a decent size for a baby blanket. So those are my 2 squares. I really can't wait to see this all put together. I think it's going to be really nice. And I love these 2 colors together right now. I think they're perfect spring and summer colors. So it'll be a nice little burst of color during the winter time when she has the baby. So I'm really excited about these. So right now, that's all I've been working on this week, plus the spinning. So I do want to show you some purchases I made this summer. I haven't gotten a lot in this week. I did get in some buttercow from No Makers. I think I mentioned last time that I wanted to knit myself a shawl in it. Plus, I'm going to need a little extra yardage to finish the shawl that I'm currently making. So I bought 1 skein and a couple mini skeins to be on the safe side. She sells Nomalong kits, I think that's what they're called, where it's mini skeins, and you can get the buttercow, and it's 30 yards in each mini skein. So I got a couple of those just to be on the safe side. So I think I should be able to get another shawl out of it, out of those, the mini skeins and this. I should probably show you her logo. So it's No Makers. It's run by Amanda. Her colors are fabulous. Her yarn is amazing to work with. You guys all know I'm addicted to her. She's not a sponsor, but with how much I talk about her, you would think she is. So this is their House Gnome 75 Superwash Merino, 25 nylon. Her shop is nomakers.com. I think that's just actually, hold on, nomakers.com. I think that's actually just the link to her blog, and then from there you can click on the shop. She does do a podcast as well when she does updates, and she's really, they're short podcasts. They're really nice to just listen to and talk. She does like a Lego section, and she's great. She's got a lot of personality, and her customer service is amazing. She's so friendly. I feel like if we met in real life, we would definitely be BFFs. She seems like a lot of fun. So I had the no makers that I wanted to show you. And I also have some lollipop yarn that I bought back in July. So a while ago I sent a message, an Etsy message to Lollipop Yarns. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the owner. But I sent her a message asking for a custom order. And she doesn't do custom orders, but she will reserve yarn for you. So if you let her know what yarn you're looking for, when it comes up in an update, she will send you a message letting you know it's going to be in the next update, and if you want her, if you would like, she'll ask if you want some reserved for you. And she'll reserve you a ball, which is great. It's really kind of her to do that, because her shop sells out so fast, like a matter of minutes. You have to be really quick for her shop updates. So, on my birthday, she had a shop update. The day before, she sent me a message letting me know that 2 colorways that I wanted would be in it. So she reserved 2 for me. And then I got a 3rd yarn in the update, which was the day after, which was great. And then I got a pre-order the following shop update. So altogether, I have 4 balls of her yarn. And here it is. I was a little worried that I left one at home, well, at my boyfriend's house. When she packages them up, she sends them in these little mesh bags. And I keep them in the bags when I store them. So the first one I got was Prissy. And it's a thick band, self-striping, it's self-striping, so it's a thick band of pink, a thinner band of white, and an even thinner band of brown. And it stripes up really nice. I think it's really pretty. I think this is a pretty good color representation as well. So I got Prissy. That was one of the ones I had messaged her about. And then I got Tranquility, which is one of my favorites of hers. It's like a turquoise, and then a dark gray and a light gray. So that's this one. So you got your turquoise, your slate gray, and your light gray. And the stripes on this, they're all the same size. I like that she has them in a ball. It looks really nice, but I'm also a little worried that the yarn will kind of lose some of its elasticity, its stretch and stuff, if I keep it in the balls too long. But I'll keep it like that until I use it. I haven't used her yarn. I've heard great things about it. It's super soft in the ball, and her colors are amazing. I can't wait to use and knit some socks from it. I've been dying to cast on a pair of socks, but I don't want to until my level up socks are done. I'm hoping that motivates me a little bit to get those done faster. So far, it hasn't really motivated me. So the Tranquility and the Prissy were the colors that I had messaged her about. And then the shop update the next day, I got Le Bleu. I think it's Le Bleu. I don't know. I can't say it. I'll show you the tag though. Le Bleu. And it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Yeah, it's 8 rows of blue vert, 8 rows of sasel, 8 rows of turquoise. I know I'm pronouncing all those wrong. I pronounce everything wrong. My Boston accent doesn't help either. So that's Lollipop Yarns on Etsy. Her customer service is great. Like I said, if you message her ahead of time, she'll let you know when colors are coming into the shop. She'll give you a chance to get those. And then for the pre-order, I got the shop update after. She updates her shop every other Sunday, so 2 weeks on Sunday. This was 2 weeks after the July 13th update. She had pre-orders for Flash Mob, which I really like. So it's like a a rainbow variegated band, and then it's a black band, I think. So let me read the tag. It's called Flash Mob. Lollipop Yarns. And it's 9 rows hashtag, 3 rows of random. Then there's a row of, so 9 rows of hashtag, which is the black, and then 3 rows each of random. And it's, I think the colors in it are crowd, performance, assembly, surprise, improv, and public. So it's really pretty. I love the little mock sock swatch she made up for it. So I can't wait to knit them. Like, I'm definitely making socks out of her yarn. I might make a monster cowl out of the Prissy. I think that would be really pretty as a monster cowl, but we'll see. So I got, like I said, I have four balls of her yarn stashed and can't wait to use it. And that kind of looks a little weird, but like I said, I haven't tried it yet. Dying to try it. It feels amazing in the ball, and I've heard wonderful things about her yarn, and it must be fabulous because it goes so fast. I mean, like, in a matter of minutes. You have to be really quick if you want to get some of her yarn. And then my last one is I got some sock blanks from Marigold Jen. Now, I have never purchased Marigold Jen yarn, and I heard her mentioned on quite a few podcasts. And for some reason, I've just never really checked her out or been motivated to buy her yarn. But Sarah from the In This Knit podcast, she really likes her yarn, and she's been talking about it a lot. So I decided to go ahead and buy some. So I decided to try the sock blanks because I've never tried sock blanks before, and I really want to. By the way, in my show notes on my blog, if you look to, I think it's to the right, there is a list of all the podcasts that I, like the main podcasts that I watch. And In This Knit is one of them. I love, I really like that podcast. It's Christy and Sarah. And then I really like the Oh Loops podcast with Lydia and Sarah. I think they just make me laugh all the time. And they kind of remind me of my friendship. Their friendship reminds me of my friendship with my best friend. So I really enjoy those. So the first sock blank I got is called Labyrinth. Look at that. The colors are fantastic. And I think it's going to just knit up crazy. I can't wait to see what it looks like when you knit the yarn up. And it's these very rich shades of like pink. It's like a raspberry pink, a yellow that blends into the orange, which goes back into like the raspberry pink color, and purple and blue. And it's so rich in color. And that blends so nicely. I can't wait to see how it knits up. And this is a 2-stranded sock block that both strands are at each end. Oh, I think it's already starting to unravel at one end, but that's okay. So if you pull from one end, you get your 2 strands, so you can put it into 2 balls if you like. So that's the first one. It's Labyrinth. It's a 75-25 blend. And it's, I hope you can see that, Marigold Jen. You can find her on Etsy. Yeah, she also has her email on there too. So there's that one. Hold on one second while I fold it back up. And I really like these sock blocks. And like I said, sock blankets. What does she call them? Hand-dyed blank. They just seem really fun, and I've seen some really nice socks made out of them. Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm tying the tag back onto the sock blank. So yeah. So she folded them up really nice, and then she wraps it up in tissue paper when she sends it to you. So that's Labyrinth. The next one I have is called Over the Rainbow. So there's the tag, Marigold Jen. Over the Rainbow, same thing, hand-dyed blank, $75.25. And this is just so pretty. The colors are very deep. I shouldn't say deep, they're just rich. They're bright, they're fun, and very much like the rainbow. And I think they'll make some lovely self-striping socks. Isn't that great? The colors are really bright, which I don't know if it's showing up correctly on video, but they're really bright and I really like them. So I can't wait to use these. I've heard great things about her yarn, and these blanks are amazing. They do have like that sheepy vinegar smell to them, so they'll probably have to be soaked after I knit with it. But I kind of like that smell a little bit. It's just very, I don't know, it's part of the fun. It's like the fun part of knitting, like the smells of the yarn. And excuse me, my battery's dying and a message just popped up on my iPad screen letting me know I had like 10% left. So I'm sorry for leaning forward. But yeah, that's my sock blocks. Can't wait to use them. And I think that's all I have for you. I wish I had brought my spinning to show you on the spindle, but I'll definitely show that in a picture. Or maybe I'll just show it to you next time. It's really nice actually having the a little spindle at my boyfriend's house to spin with. So I'm kind of glad I went ahead and got that. Excuse me for 1 second. I did get this new t-shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it. Got this in the mail yesterday off of Teefury, TEEFURY.com. They do one of those t-shirts of the day kind of thing. The sizes I feel like run slightly small. So I get a like one size larger than what I normally am. And this is Starry Night. But it's Mario Starry Night. So you got a silhouette of Mario. And you got the little stars within the painting. And when I saw this, I knew I had to get it because Starry Night has always been one of my favorite paintings. I just love the colors in it, and I just think it's very serene, and I just really enjoy it. And how cute are the stars, you know, the Mario stars. And growing up, one of my favorite, me and my sister, one of the things we did together, me and my twin sister, was place our Super Nintendo together, and we played Mario Brothers a lot. So, you know, I just had to get it. It has a sweet spot with me. So, that's my t-shirt, and I hope you like it, because I do. Today actually turned out to be rather okay weather. Like I said, it still looks like it's going to rain. It's a little humid, a little muggy, but it's nice and cool. And I'm really happy that the weather's starting to get cooler. I'm really anticipating the fall weather. I definitely think the fall and the spring are kind of my favorite seasons. We don't really get much of a spring here, to be honest. Our winters usually last a bit longer, and then it usually goes like right into high temperatures for the summertime. So we'll have like prolonged cold weather and then quick escalation to warm weather. So we don't really get much of a spring anymore. So that's one reason I really like fall, because you get the cooler weather for a bit of time. And then, like, you know, we get the change in leaves here, and it's just, the air just smells different. I really like the in-between seasons where things start changing and coming to life, or you know, in case of fall, you know, the leaves are falling off the trees and dying, but the the foliage is beautiful, and it's just a nice wind down from the hot weather. So, and also fall kind of signals the beginning of the year, like the school year, and it's just a real nice like beginning time. So I really enjoy the fall. I love the smells of fall. I love pumpkins. I love the colors. I like burnt oranges and orange and yellow colors, and you get a lot of that come September, October, November. So I really enjoy the colors of the season, and I really can't wait. I can't wait to get out some knits and some hand knits to wear. I got my new hat and cowl I want to wear, and it's my mittens, and excuse me, I got the hiccups. So I really can't wait. Yeah, so I am so sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Well, the episode, I should say. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Usually when I get the hiccups, it's just like one really high-pitched hiccup, and I'm good. It's very rare that I get multiple hiccups in a row. I apologize for that. And I know I'm kind of dragging out the ending of this episode, and I apologize for that as well. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm really happy at how the first video went over. I had quite a bit of viewings of it, and I had a comment, and I thank you all for that. Right now the podcast is just on YouTube. I need to look up and figure out how to get it on iTunes, and once I do, I'll let you guys know. I am planning on making a Ravelry group, so I might do that tonight, and I might just link it in my show notes, so those of you who want can join. One thing I did notice that I forgot to do on the last episode was when I put it up on YouTube, I didn't put a link to my blog, so I will make sure I have a link to my blog as well, so you guys can view there as well and check the show notes. If you like it on YouTube and you watch it, please give it a thumbs up so other podcasters can see it on their searches. And if you like my blog, please share it with other people. And I am eventually looking on changing the URL for my blog, because it does say Knitter's Delight. So, but I won't do that until I'll give you I'll link what I'm gonna name it, so that you guys can save it somewhere, so that when you need to find me next, you will. I might just do it like once I get up on iTunes, then I might change the blog URL. That way you can still find me somewhere if you need to. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, so I'll do that, because I do want to change the URL so that it says Pearls of Color on it, and I'm hoping to get a logo up soon. I used to be into doing the whole photo manipulation and graphic design when I was in high school, so I might whip a little logo up for you guys, or get my boyfriend to do it. So hopefully that comes soon. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys come back for our next episode, and I hope you enjoyed episode number 1. Bye.